That's right, UC Wrestling back on your screen here on the International Sports Network. Woo-wee. We'll see who poons tuned in for this shit. God damn it. Can't even fucking talk. Let me check my audio. I gotta get a better controller for my shit. We'll see where this goes. Copy. Boom. 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 Boom, boom, boom. Boom. We're going to share this out. So if you guys have anything to do with wrestling anywhere, share this out. Why not? People know we're out here live. I know I'm going to randomly share it a few places. Just see if anybody tunes in, if anybody shows up. I'm looking for some thoughts and opinions on this. I'm going into full details on this show about what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And you guys can choose to watch it or not to watch it. That will be your choice. I'm probably, I don't know, a couple days out from being able to do what I want to do. But we'll see. I want to make sure you guys can hear me. Yeah. But we'll see. Alright. It's clear. Good enough. Alright. Let's see here. I know I want to share it on this one particular site that I'm a member of. So, yeah. I don't want to sell something. I'll tell you that right now. We'll see what people think of this. Alright. What's going on, Drew? Drew is in the house. Drew is in the house. Alright. I'm going to throw it up on the X. It still feels weird calling it the X instead of Twitter. We'll see who pops in, like I said, and checks us out. Alright. So we'll drop a couple pastes. See who shows up. Cool. Alright. Just waiting to see who all funnels in here. Hopefully when you show up, you guys will respond and say, hey, I'm here, motherfucker. Hoping to get some people in here who know the action figure themselves, so they can chime in on that. Because what I plan on doing, I was going to do LJN or the Hasbros, but there's not certain guys in the Hasbros that I'd prefer to use, and I'm more of an early 80s guy to early, let's say mid to late 80s to early 90s rather than the early to late mid 90s like the Hasbros were. That's what I'm working on. I'll mention this a couple times on the show. I need to fix Ken Patera's attire yet. I did not download Bruno or Ted Arcidi. I honestly do not plan to. I could care less about those guys, to be quite frank. Do I download Axe when Smash was not a call? Or an LJN, rather? Or do I just say, you know what, make an exception and create acts and then download a Smash, make a Smash, just to have the tag team anyway? That's something I got to figure out. Warlord, same thing. When Warlord was made, he was part of the Powers of Pain with Barbarian. They were together at that time. Do I do the same thing to have the Powers of Pain? Or do I just have Axe and Warlord be the tag team together? I cannot make a Luscious Johnny V for the life of me. I would suck at it. I would not be able to do it. I did find one on the Community Creations, but it's the Wrestler Johnny V. I would have to tweak it. It'll take me some time. I'm considering that so I can get him added. I got to get Honky Tonk Man. I got to get Rick Martel, Big Boss Man, and Rick Rude. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 actual LJNs that were made that I need to download. Now, I'm not doing both versions of Hulk Hogan and both versions of Andre the Giant. I'm not doing it that way. That's just insane. So I'm planning on doing what I can with these calls to look like LJNs the best that I can. So if you guys want to bring it up on, how shall we say it, your TV screen, whatever the heck you have, your monitors, your phones, and look at the individual LJNs as I show the call version and see how close they are, that'd be great. If you choose to do that. I think it'd be awesome to see what people have to say about that. So it'd be kind of cool. But like I said, we'll have some fun with this. Alright, so we've got Drew, Thomas O'Connor, James Sargent, we got CJ. I don't know who else is here. They're the only ones who've talked. Drew, what is with your logo, my guy? I gotta go to his channel and see what that is. What's he got for a logo? I didn't know he had one. Let's load that up so I can get a good look at it. That's pretty good. You must have made that in some kind of program. That's pretty cool. Can I see it bigger if I open it up in a new tab? Live Wrestling. What's the first word? It says Live Wrestling, but what's that first one? Drew's Live Wrestling. Okay, never mind. Drew Live Wrestling. I knew that's that. Jesus God. And once I read it 2 times, I realized what it said. There we go. Awesome. That's cool. Must have made that in a program. That's awesome. I want to get a logo made for somebody that I know for what he does when it comes to school kids. He's got the 4-H program. Hallways, what is it? Hallways, hoods, huddle, and I forget what else it is. But his logo he's got right now is just basic black text. I wanted to have some pizzazz. The kids might be more attracted to it for him. Alright. I'm actually shocked the professor didn't see this and jump in right away. Who knows? Maybe he's out there being crazy like Lou Holtz. Lou Holtz literally said that Ryan Day called him out. He said he's 86 years old, but if he wants to fight me, he can come find me. Stop it. Yes, 2-2 Atwell scored last night, but they called it. Whatever. Alright. I don't want to take too much time doing this because I got a shit ton of guys to go through. Got to show you the arena. I'll show you the belts right away. That's the easiest thing to do. There they are. That's just a little too realistic, so I'm going to get the other one that I have. I just didn't get it taken care of. And if you're unfamiliar with the LJN title belts, look them up. So they're there. But that was simple. Alright, here we go. I'm going to go through each and every single guy. And I've got quite a few here. Some have alternate attires, but I'm not worried about the alternate attires. We're trying to get their attire to look like their LJN. And we're going to start with Mr. Cowboy Bob Orton. Like I said, if you're unfamiliar with what their LJNs look like, all you got to do is go into the Google machine and put Bob Orton LJN, and you will see. I don't know if Ed's with me or not. If he is, I'd like to see his opinion on these, because he remembers them like it was yesterday. As I stated, don't need these. In fact, watch this. Bye. Don't need it. LJN style. I know I gotta edit this jacket, so while I'm on here, I'm gonna do it. I gotta edit the socks too, because the jacket is a brown color. And I gotta edit all this. I don't remember what his hat looked like. And if you see it spinning around like that, is as I was saying, my controller's shitty. There we go. Look at it, just spinning, spinning, and spinning, spinning. Wow. Yeah, I need a new controller. Freaking bad, tell you what. I tried to, you know what, I'll edit it once I'm off the air, the hell with this, because I have a corded controller that I can use just fine. My 2 cordless one, the analog stick's broke and does all that spinny bullshit, and then the other one doesn't charge properly. So, but either way, that's Cowboy Bob. I think, like I said, I think he's good. I'm not going to have the guys wrestle in their stupid jackets and hats. Some of them came off, some of them didn't. You know, I'm actually going to take off the pieces that should come off a guy when they actually wrestle. That's just whack. Ed, are you watching this? I don't even know if it's here. I know Drew's here. I wish this would just take me right back to where I was. Actually, I think it would if I don't upgrade anybody. Added them. Alright, this one. This one is freaking hilarious. I mean, that's not the one. It's more that one. The entrance, I don't need any of that because he didn't actually have it. But this is a pretty good Adrian Adonis. I gotta make some small minor tweaks to him. But his LJN is pretty much there. Like I said, if you look at his I'm actually gonna bring it up when I talk about it. It's more of like a, because there was 2 versions of him, if I'm not mistaken. One was like a hot pink and the other one was like a lighter pink. That's the only thing I gotta do is just tweak it. I know the original one was supposed to have like the whatever around his neck, but that never ended up happening. Yeah, I'd say it's more of a hot pink. More kind of like his knee pads. And everything was the same color, from trunks to knee pads to boots. So, like I said, I'll be getting him edited. But I think it's a good look for him. Now I think this might take me right back because I didn't save nothing. Maybe, maybe not. I don't remember. Oh, yes, it does. Alright, Andre's real simple. I just want him to look like the blue trunked Andre. If I give him bigger hair, it doesn't look right. So we're just going to go with the smaller hair just because I have no choice. But that's Andre. Simple. Call it a day. And he's so spinning, his head is spinning, and him's dizzy. However that song. I'm dizzy, my head is spinning. Jesus, I said it all wrong. Alright, I need to get a better photo. I want an actual photo of him without wearing the mask. It's the same thing. If you look down here, we've got Jim Brunzell the same way. I don't want him with the masks. And I can't find a good picture that I can clean up enough. But whatever. Oh my god. Masks are not cool at all. This is the version I'm going to be using, even though I need to fix the whole thing. I want to fix the look, because their LJN is more this look. Okay, but I got to keep the jacket, because they didn't have the jacket, but I want the jacket. But this is more their look. The trunks look better here, so what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to eliminate the knee pads to make them black, and I'm going to get rid of them stupid socks and sneakers that they wore and give them the yellow boots to match the yellow trunks. And the one thing they do have that the LJN didn't is the wristbands and the hand tape. If I want to get real picky in particular, I got to take that shit off, or I can leave it alone. But we're going to go with this version here, just with the tweaks of kind of this is half down, the knees down will be on this. You know, that's basically where that's going to go. Nothing's wrong with the masks. I just think that mask does not look right. The Killer Bee mask does not look like this. It's a very horrible version of their mask, in my opinion. I mean, it's there, it's just really thin, and it needs to be thickened up a little bit. Maybe, you know, the game is limited, so because it's not good, I wouldn't use it. That's all. But you can't use the Killer Bees with the mask in the video game, because remember, they never wrestled with the mask. They came out unmasked, and then we put the masks on to cheat, and it was okay because they were the good guys. There's Bam Bam Bigelow, the guy everyone says I look like. Got the tattoos. Got the tattooed head. And the attire. Just like the LJN. And I will be showing you guys the arena that I'm going to be using too. Then I'll be explaining to you how I'm doing things. But I think that's a good Bam Bam. I don't know what you guys think, but I think he's pretty good. Some of the pictures ain't going to match up with what the call looks like, but that's alright. I want the actual photo rather than the... no, Sir Oliver Humperdinck was not an LJN. And here's Big John Studd. Simple. Just simple. Not sure about the hair just yet. What the hell happened there? How the hell did I do that? Wow. What was that? And there you see the shorter haired version, then the robe. I won't be using this version, just this one. Like I said, some of these I had my hand in creating. Some I did my own from scratch. Others I found online and tweaked to fit the LJN. This one was a pain in the ass, I'm sure of that. I hit R3. R3 does what? I hit it again. What is that supposed to be even been doing? Just, is it to randomize the guy or something? What the hell? That looks like feck on crack. Oh my god. But anyway, Billy Jack Haynes. Right here's this one, but I'm using that one for now, and I gotta do some small tweaks. I want to tweak it. This is the one thing I hate about some of the calls. That, like I said, they need some tweaking. I'm gonna bring up his call. I keep saying his call is his LJN, and this way I can explain it properly. Yes, here it is. Yellow trunks, which would be these, obviously. So I need to take this jacket, put it on here, but he has this hat, so all I gotta do is just go in and change the trunks and he didn't have the State of Oregon on the trunks, and he wasn't wearing knee pads. They made a lot of the LJNs without knee pads that should have had knee pads. And on his ass, it did say Oregon on the back. I don't remember if it's on this one or not. Let me double check. Yeah, see, it says it there, although it's more of curved on the ass. But like I said, I'll have to tweak it. The hair needs tweaked a little bit too. Billy Jack Haynes' hair is more of a straighter hair than that, although it was a little wavy. And then he's got the white boots, which is weird because I don't ever remember him having white boots, and you can see the green sock. So I'll make it white boots. We'll have a little bit of green sock coming out, and I will be adding knee pads to him. I just don't know what color. And my dog's growling at I don't know what, so shush. Alright, what's going on? L-Dub-Dub. Alright, Bobby Heenan. This one's simple. Shut up. There you go. Simple. That looks damn near exactly like his LJN. Had the BH on the front. It did not have this on the back, which it should have. But it will be on this guy. Unless we want to get, like I said, real particular and make it exactly as is, which would be case in point, no knee pads for Billy Jack Haynes. Which will drive me nuts. Alright, Bret Hart. I think you guys may agree with me. The Bret Hart LJN and the Jim the Anvil Neidhart LJN are so plain and so basic, it's not even funny. It was just a completely pink bottom and a black top. That's it. That was it. I do think there was a darker version, more like a purple version of them, if I'm not mistaken, but that's it. Or do I leave them with the look? You know, like I said, that's something I'll be going to you guys for. And their knee pads were black, and their boots were plain black, with a little bit of white sock hanging out. So, yeah, depends on how picky we want to get it to look like an exact one. Brutus Beefcake. I don't know about his hair, but that's the best we can get to make him look like his LJN. Then here's the other version a little later on when he became the face and the actual barber and was in the Intercontinental title picture. But this one here is obviously the one we're using when he was a member of the Dream Team with Greg the Hammer Valentine. But I think it looks close to the LJN. It's not perfect, but it's real tough to make his. I mean, you'd think his would be one of the more simpler ones, but it was more of the pain in the ass one. Captain Lou, he had on the white shirt with his picture and the blue jacket. I don't have the white shirt and the blue jacket like that is the way I want it. I want to move all this over and get rid of it. So we're going to bring this one up because it's the best one to have. You know, it was just basic and generic like that. His shoes need to be fixed because they should be plain black to fit the LJN mold. But hey, I think it's pretty cool. Okay, Corporal Kirshner. Simple. I mean, that's basically what he looked like. Didn't have nothing on his boots, but you know. Then we got the hat on him, which he has with the actual call. His hat didn't come off; it was molded to him. You know, which was weird. They had some of the wrestlers the hat could come off, the other wrestlers the hat couldn't come off. Don't understand that at all, but it is what it is. Sir Oliver Humperdinck. Humperdinck. Alright, now where am I? I'm at Davey Boy Smith. There's where the maroonish color. The maroonish color, which I do not have. So I'll be tweaking one of these, which is why I haven't done it yet, because I wanted to go to the community if they're going to watch. I'm assuming if anybody remembers WWF in the 80s and early 90s, the blue version is the one they're going to keep. This was the early 90s when they started getting fizzled out and phased out of the company. I'm thinking we're going to go with the blue and then create the maroonish, reddish trunks that they have. So I'm basically going to take this exact one, copy it over here, and then just edit the trunk color. I think everybody's going to understand that. And I'm going to just go to Dynamite Kid right away, even though he's not the next one up. In between them is Don Morocco, but just want you to see what I'm saying. It's the same exact get up, just, you know, there it is, see? But Dynamite Kid looks legit. That's a very good Dynamite Kid. Kudos to the guy who made them. And what it was, I wanted to write down again. I always forget to do this until after I'm done. I wanted to write down who made them, because I was going to put their names in the Twitter handle that actually comes with the character, so people knew who made each one. But then I got so overwhelmed and never freaking did it. Don Morocco, his call said Magnificent Morocco, black shirt, red tights, black shoes with the socks, but no knee pads. I don't ever remember Morocco not having knee pads. And then, of course, we got near the end version of Morocco over here, where his legs all of a sudden are extremely hairy. I just now noticed that. But, yeah. For those younger people in the room, that right there is The Rock. That's the original The Rock, Don Morocco. Then he became the Magnificent Don Morocco. But when you talk to somebody who watched wrestling in the 80s and you tell them The Rock and they stop watching wrestling, they'll tell you it's Don Morocco. I still say it's Don Morocco when you ask me who's The Rock. And I even watched The Rock from modern times. Alright. Classy Freddie Blassie. His LJN was red and yellow. Red everything, yellow jacket. Red everything in a yellow jacket. And I was going to edit this, and I had it going, but then it froze on me. I was on the phone with Ed when I was doing it. This one, right here, no, not Harley Drill. You take the freaking, whatever that's called, off his head. I can remember what that proper word is. And there you go. Can't deny facts. The Rock in wrestling was Don Morocco. No, he wasn't WWF, so. I don't even remember Ole being called that. What the hell? I remember I do now, I'm really thinking about it. I just didn't say it enough. Like, they didn't announce him, The Rock Ole Anderson. He was just kind of like the thing they would call him, if that makes sense to anybody. Or maybe I'm fucking nuts. I was a little younger then. Maybe my mind's just tripping. Alright, George Steele. Simple. Right. That's what I meant. It was something they referred to him like in interviews and things. It's not like, oh my God, did I really... What in the blue fuck is this? Maybe I ought to create a randomizing wrestling company. And we'll go in here and we'll just... Bink! Randomize it. Bink! And then we'll all come together and think of names for each fucking guy. Oh my God. Big fuck Guido or whatever the fuck. But George Steele's simple. Looks like him. Oh, it was like, since Ed's mentioned that, it was like, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson. They were Punky and Hoot. Tell him, Hoot. I'd die or something. Go ahead, tell him, Hoot. And then Robert Gibson would start talking. And Ricky Morton was Punky. Fucking weird nicknames. Alright, with this one, you take the edits. Like I said, do we want to make them absolutely, positively, complete carbon copies of the LJNs? Because if we do, this should be black on black. And there was 2 versions of Greg the Hammer Valentine. A darker blonde and a lighter blonde that came out. I had the more yellow blonde, if you will, and then there was more like a whiter blonde. So, and then he didn't have his initials on it. He sure as hell didn't have the hammer or the hammer wrote on the ass. It was just black on black. He had no knee pads because he never wore knee pads, so it's okay. And I like the Greg the Hammer Valentine. And he also had there was also the variants where he had a belly button and other ones where he didn't. I remember that when I'm thinking about Greg Valentine's LJN. But he was one of my favorite LJNs because his seemed to be more sturdy. I liked the molding of his. He had the one arm to the side, one arm up. You could do some moves with him like that when you were a kid. Alright, Hacksaw. He had the black trunks with the white on white. And you will see that's what we have here. The black with the white on white, although that kind of looks like it's dirty white, kind of like a gray, but it'll work. It's not the perfect Hacksaw. He'll probably be not much more than a jobber, but it's okay. And Alex, I will explain what I'm doing here once I get through everything, so everybody knows what I have planned. Alright, going with the next one. Haku. Who remembers the Haku LJN? Because I'll tell you what, this one's the biggest pain in the ass to make, I guarantee you. But there it is. I think it looks pretty gosh damn good. Those of you who know the LJN but can't think of the LJN, when you see that, you're like, shit, that's freaking damn near perfect. So, good job there. WWF missed the boat with Haku. He could have been something very, very good for them. Alright, Harley Race. Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones. Harley. What's going on, Cuevas? Boom. Harley Race. Gotta make some small tweaks to him. But, whatever. It'll work. Like I said, if we want to make it an exact replica, we can. Or, obviously, he can stay as is. Like I was saying about Adrian Adonis as well. Because his looks damn near perfect to the real Adrian. Small tweaks to fit the LJN style. But, alright, Hercules. I got the chain Hercules photo because I can't find the Hercules photo that looks like what he was when the LJN came out. That's the best you can get. Since Ed's in here, Ed will be able to give me an honest opinion about this because he knows them. As you can tell, that centerpiece is just a piece of whatever the hell you want to call it. When you go in here and you add a tattoo and you just use the random box and you color it to match everything else. But hey, to me that's freaking good enough. And then he would take that off and he'd wrestle like that. You know, simple. And we have this version just in case people thought that looked stupid and didn't come out right. I understand why you wore it, but I also think it was stupid. Alright, Roxy girl, be quiet. Alright, Hogan. Gotta take the 80s off his name, but obviously it's Hulk Hogan. Look at his face. For some reason it's messed up, and I still have to figure out what I gotta do to fix it. But, done, simple, don't even need to care anymore. We know who Hogan is and what he looks like. I'm probably going to get a whole new one because I haven't been able to fix that a little bit. It looks like Freddy Krueger got a hold of him. It's fucking hilarious. Alright, Jake the Snake. His call. Green with the purple snake. Green with the purple snake. So there it is. It's not an exact replica. It's not an exact match. But I'd say it's pretty good for the most part. And I think we can make that work. Whatever, LJN. I don't know, I'm getting them all confused. These are LJN calls, or called LJN. I know. Alright, Edward, we were talking about the LJN earlier, Jesse Ventura. And tell me what you think on this one. Kaboom! And we're going to bring up this one because this is what it actually looked like. Whoa. Oh. Hit the wrong button. What do you think? Pretty damn good? I love it. I love it. Ed said, wow. Oh, shit. Jim Neidhart, like I said, same with Brett. Do we dummy the outfits down? It'll be this version that I use over here with the pink and the black. The black on black I'm not going to use because the call, the LJN, I almost said it again, the LJN was straight black on straight pink. But like I said, we'll figure that part out. I mean, I guess if I'm going to call it the LJN Collection, it should be as much to a carbon copy as I can get. Alright, Jimmy Hart. There we go. Jimmy Hart. I got to tweak his up a little bit because his had, I believe it was music notes on him. And there was a different variants of his too, because I believe the one had something on the megaphone and didn't. And it's a pink shirt. No, it's a red shirt with a pink tie. Red shirt with a pink tie, and he's got the music notes. I don't think I have the. See, I don't have the music notes. So all I gotta do is download some music notes, put them on him, and I'll have him taken care of. And his glasses, the shade should be red. But all in all, the main thing I'm worried about here is I got a guy that it's built like Jimmy, looks like Jimmy. And I can tweak him, no problem. But he was white, jacket, black pants, white shoes. But I think he'll work no matter what. I might go back in there and see if I can find a Jimmy Hart with the music notes. But who knows. And once I get through all these, if anybody wants to see something again, let me know. I'll go back to them. Just in case you maybe missed the guy. There you got Superfly. Simple. Jimmy's done. I do think the brown's a little darker than it should be, but I'm not going to be picky. Which would be one of the first times in my life I'm not picky. Edel can tell you that one. And they'll be seeing the actual photo of the guy. Alright, I already showed you Jim Brunzell, I think. But no, I didn't. I mentioned it. I'll let you see what he looks like. And you tell me if it looks like him in the face, which is right there. And to me, that looks just like Jim Brunzell. Why'd that even come up? I didn't even open that one. Edit. Look at that. I think that's some shit. Well, we'll have to figure out why it's doing that. That's funny. Told you, game's finicky as fuck. I run into glitches from time to time still. Alright, Junkyard Dog. Red trunks, white boots. I gotta fix the chain. I believe the dog on his boots was blue, but I can't find that for some reason. So if I can't, we're just going to end up going with the black. It's not a perfect... Oh my god, I hit that button again trying to stop it. Oh my god! I can't get him to look perfect in the faces I would like, but he still works. To me, this is a guy right here, like Haku, the WWF, dropped the fucking ball on that guy right there. He wasn't exactly Mr. Technical in the ring and Mr. Clean in the ring, but he was good, and that's all that mattered. Alright, Kamala. Kamala looked good. Look at that. The only thing I don't understand about Kamala is it looks like his legs are different color than the rest of his body, and there's nothing on him. It's just, I don't know. You know, there he is with his mask. But I think Kamala came out pretty damn good. One thing I don't understand about the mask is there's no strap holding it on. 2K, you should have thought of that. Whatever. Only difference between these is the necklace type deals. Kamala. Kamala. Oh, he was fun. Alright, like I said, I got to tweak Kempatira. I got to try and remember what he looks like off the top of my head. I swear his freaking singlet was like a bluish purple color. And it had an American flag on it. Kind of something basic like that. It's just I believe it was an American flag in the center instead of USA, and it was purplish blue, I want to say. I'd have to bring it up and look at it to know for sure. But, yeah, that'd be Kempatira if I choose to honestly use him. Because the good version of Kempatira was before my time. I can tell you that. Alright, Bundy's basic. You'll see that he was basic. No, but it works. God, look at the legs on that motherfucker. Oh, no. 5! Count to 5! I'll never forget that. I'll never forget when they held Hogan in the corner. Chest first. Bundy splashed him by hitting him in the back. Oh, it's freaking good. Alright, Coco Beware. Yep, blue. I figured. I knew they were blue. Head said the blue, the dog and stuff was blue. Alright, not this version. Here's the one I was tweaking earlier, trying to get it to look like the LJN the best I could. The jacket's not going to be near perfect. The inner liner of his jacket is blue. The whole thing is white. I could literally go in here and take the little bandana, whatever you want to call that, on the arm and make that white by adding tattoos, I guess you would. And it's got yellow on the shoulders. So this was the closest I could get. And he has a white headband on the LJN that wraps around his whole head. But when I put a bandana on him, for some reason it goes under his hair except on his forehead. It just looks very, very weird. He doesn't have the bird on his boots either, but I put him on anyway. But Coco Beware. This is just that wild version when he started dyeing his hair and adding colors and everything else. But I think it's a good rendition of Coco when you're very limited to what the call gives you to fit the LJN. Alright, Elizabeth. She had that pinkish purple outfit and the gold glittery dress. I can't give her the outfit like she had, so that's the best I can do. I mean, I don't like the arm sleeves either because there was some space and you can see some skin and stuff. But, like I said, it's the best I can do. But if you guys are familiar with the LJN, you're going to be honest and say it's actually pretty close. I mean, like I said, it was more like a halter top, I guess. There was nothing on her neck. That pink on the neck was gone. She was wearing the necklace. I can't get an exact replica of the necklace, but did the best I could. She's only going to come to the ring as a manager from time to time. Anyway, that's if I even choose to use her. Just, Mostly all she's going to do is just stand at ringside anyway. Alright, Fuji, I got to figure out how to fix him. Because he's got the face paint on, and I didn't realize it right away. I downloaded him offline. And if I edit it, it changes his whole face. So I got to redo this, but there's a couple other Fujis out there. Mr. Fuji. Mr. Fuji. And then I'll have to try and get his outfit to match, because I know his outfit was a black and gray color. So that'll be part of what I have to do when I tweak him. Alright, Nikolai. He had the red shirt that was on. I do got to get the blue off the side, as you can see, because it was red on red. I got to do that. But that's what he has. Nikolai. It was more of a t-shirt, so I can keep that look. I just got to make it a t-shirt instead of a sweatshirt, and then add that blue, make it red, and we'll pretty much have what we need. And see, his hat, when you bought him, his hat would come off. Whereas I said Corporal Kirshner's was molded onto his head. You know, it's freaking stupid. At LJN. And if I mix up the words LJN and CAW throughout this show, that's okay. Because I'm going to right now. Alright, where am I at? One-man gang. Didn't know about one-man gang. So, we'll bring this one up. I can probably get rid of the chain. But all in all, it's not a bad gang. It really isn't. Boo! One-man gang. OMG. The original OMG. Alright, Outback Jack. I don't care. This is actually a good Outback Jack for those of you who remember the Jobber. And it's probably going to change it. Oh my lord. But there he is. I think that's a good Outback Jack, if I say so myself. That's actually pretty rock on. Almost done with these guys, and like I said, then I'll show you guys the arena. The arena's freaking badass. I do want to edit the ring skirts. I gotta edit 2 of them, and I might actually reach out to the professor and have him take pictures. Alright, see, got him in the white, and I got him in the red. But if you remember the Paul Orndorff LJN, it didn't say that on his ass. He didn't have knee pads, which is just weird, and his boots were completely red. Yeah. But like I said, I did it again. But we got to decide as a community if you're going to watch what I'm going to be doing. If we want them to be complete carbon copies or if we're okay with the slight tweaks. Alright, moving on. We don't have many left. Here's Randy. Remember, his was the pink, yellow on yellow. Simple enough. I got to take that elbow pad off. I haven't gotten that far yet because he did not have the elbow pad on the LJN, and he barely ever used it when he really wrestled. He mostly wore that at WrestleMania 5 when he was facing Hogan. The night Hogan loaded his boot for the leg drop to get the win, he cheated. We all know that. But yeah, simple enough. Randy's all done. He's got a robe. I should have showed you that, but it's alright. Alright, Steamboat. There was 2 versions of Steamboat. The pant legs were red, and the tights were black, and it was an all-black version. So, I went with the all-black version, and I even left the dragons on the boots just because I thought it looked good. There's the entrance look. I just built that even though his LJN doesn't come that way. And here, just was when he breathed fire, and it was so weird. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat LJN. I know I like the all black tights more than the red and black one. I don't know if I'm the minority in that or not, but I just preferred that more than any of them. Alright, now we go to Rowdy Papa. Now, here's a problem I have with Piper. His LJN, I don't remember what the skirt looked like. I'd have to look it up. But he came with the Hot Rod shirt. But his outfit was, if I'm not mistaken, red. Red tights and red knee pads. And I'm looking it up now myself. Okay. It was more of the plaid kilt, where it had the purple in it and the blues. And then, yeah, he was red on red on red, with some socks showing that was pure white. Now, I'm sorry, when I make the mention, do we want to make them look all like they did? And I guess the boots were more of a darker red, but still, when you think about it, who remembers Piper wearing red on red on red? Maybe that was before my time in the WWF, but I do believe I was old enough to remember most of Roddy Piper when I was a kid. And I always remember the blue. And the blue with those burgundy colored boots. I don't know. Again, that takes me to my idea of saying, do we go completely like the LJN, or do we tweak a little? People are clearly getting bored because they're leaving. That's alright. Okay, SD Jones. Hilarious. I had the Hawaiian Tropic version, so that's what we've got here. Bang. It's not a perfect replica, but I'd say it's pretty gosh darn close. I'd say it's pretty gosh darn close. That jacket, or shirt, or whatever you want to call it. The only thing I don't like is the actual LJN. The shirt's closed, and there's a little bit of blue underneath the palm trees. So I can try and figure out how to do that. I haven't gotten that far yet. And I'm going to see if I can find a shirt that's buttoned up. If not, it'll work. It'll work. We'll make this work. But he needs to have blue on blue, not red. So it's a couple tweaks that got to happen to him. But all in all, it's pretty good. Will he be a jobber, or will he be a serious threat? Alright, Slick. I got to tweak Slick, but I want you guys to see what he looks like. That one I got to tweak a little bit, because Slick's LJN was one of my favorite as a kid because of the colors. I'm not going to lie. He wore a black, not that kind of hat. It was more of a, shit, I don't even know how to hide. Pimp hat, maybe? That'd be the right way to call it. And it was black with yellow around it. And he had a yellow handkerchief hanging out and a yellow tie. And he had the chain going across the front, which I don't think I have. There's anything I can use to get that. But we can go with the silver on the silver and just make that tie straight yellow and change the handkerchief to yellow. We'll have what we need and update the hat. But that looks like Slick in the face. I don't care. That's the hat right there. Something that's similar to that. But the hat's black with yellow around the bottom. And I think we could actually edit that. Let me see. Let me see if we can do that. Yeah. This would be how it looks. I'll edit it right now. Color. First color. Black. And then the second color. Boom. That's what his hat looks like on the LJN. That would work. And then, like I said, I could edit this whole entire outfit, make that silver with a yellow tie and the yellow handkerchief hanging out, and he'd be all set. But those of you who've known me long enough know I'm a Raiders fan, so I always loved his LJN because it was Raider colors, even though it had a little bit of that yellow in it. Almost done showing these. I'm hoping you people will interact with me once I get to the arena as well. Now here's a difficult one. Okay. Let me bring them up so I can describe it. Ted DiBiase's LJN. Alright. His LJN that they sold was black, and the gold in the front that you see here is actually purple, which is still mind-boggling to me because I don't ever remember him wearing anything like that. It was purple. So I would have to go in, take the glittery part off of this, which I want to anyway because I think it looks like shit, and make that gold purple. Make the dollar signs white. And he wore the whole thing. This is what he wore, the suit. So if you used Ted DiBiase in your LJN wrestlers and had him part of your show, so to speak, he wrestled in his suit instead of actually having his wrestling gear. So I don't know. That's why I said he's going to be one of the more interesting ones to figure out. But obviously if I use him, he's going to wrestle like that. And then he wrestled like this briefly when he was part of IRS Tag Team Money Inc. Occasionally. Same thing. Would have to edit that. It'd be all black with purple. Does anyone remember that? Because I don't. And his jacket was open. And he had the white shirt underneath. And I always forget what it's called, but that thing that goes across the front of the stomach that gets tied around the back of him. He had that on. I always forget what that thing's called. But yeah, right now I feel like I've been talking to myself forever. Alright, Terry Funk. His chaps were green, and he was red on red, meaning tights and knee pads and shit. And you guys got to tell me what you think. See? Red on red, tights, knee pads, boots. But the knee pads actually were white, now that I'm thinking about everything. But this is what it looked like. The LJN. He had his hat that would come off, and he had his branding iron, but it was green. And that's the best chaps you can get. Cummerbund, yeah, whatever. No wonder I forget what that's called. But like on his LJN, you can see the back of his legs. That's how you know he's got on white knee pads. But like I said, this is the best we can get, and I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty gosh darn good. I loved using Terry Funk when I was a kid. I always had Terry Funk and Cowboy Bob Orton as a tag team. They had a huge rivalry with Andre the Giant and Junkyard Dog, who were my tag team champions with my brother for the longest time. I don't remember what we called the teams, though. That's so long ago. But Andre the Giant and Junkyard Dog were tag teams against Terry Funk and Bob Orton. Huge rivalry we had going on. It lasted a long time. And there you got the Iron Sheik. He needs a little bit of tweaking, because the Iron Sheik, and again, this is another one, I don't remember him ever doing it in real life, but his boots on the LJN were two different colors. His left was all gray, and his right leg was red. So I'd have to tweak that. And he didn't have none of the character information on, like, as you see, the camels. And I'm sorry, but he had the camels on his thing, so I think they need to stay. But I would have to make that red boot, that right boot all red, and the left boot all gray to fit the LJN. Outside of that, it's a pretty gosh darn good replica. And I said, the guys got their entrance gear. I could show you all the entrance gear, and I'm just not doing that right away. Be here even longer. Alright, Tito Santana. His version that was released was two of them. One as Strikeforce, and one in the purple, as you see here. Now there he's got the shorter hair. Now, his version of Strikeforce was the exact same look. They just made the trunks and everything white. Like that. And the armbands were white. And as you can see, I have a Arriba Santana on the shirt, which does not have it on the LJN. But the actual ring attire is what his look like. And then, like I said, his Strikeforce version looks just like that, except his arm tape is white. So I could tweak that. Does not have a shirt. That shirt would come off, and I would put the white shirt on him with the with the red trimming on the sleeves and everything, and it says Strikeforce. That's the plan. If I actually download Rick Martel and use him and want to use Strikeforce, or I might just want to use this Santana and not have Rick Martel as a team, and maybe just use Rick Martel as a singles guy. Again, all part of what I'm thinking about trying to come up with. And I think I've got one last guy to show you, and then we'll go to the arena. And then, like I said, you guys can give me your opinion. Warrior. You guys can look up the Ultimate Warrior. His LJN is just weird. But this is what it looks like right here. I don't think the Warrior logo's on the ass. The hair I gotta fix, because his freaking LJN hair is kind of like an auburn orangey color, kind of like the Texas Longhorn orange, if I'm not mistaken. I forget what it was as I was looking at it earlier. But it's orange on orange with the black, and it's got the red and white Warrior logos, and then his face paint is just weird. I did my best to do it like it is on the LJN. If anybody can look at the LJN and then compare that to what's on the LJN, you tell me if it looks good or if I missed it or I need to tweak it, that'd be great. Again, you guys can leave comments, tell me why you're watching it, whatever. But I did what I could. That's just what I see when I looked at it. I just saw orange, yellow, blue. Now, mind you, his right arm doesn't have the blue, but there's nothing I could do about that when I did the arm singlets. But his face paint is orange, trimmed with blue, trimmed with yellow, trimmed with orange. And that's what I made. So I don't know if that looks right. So, did the best I could. I still try to figure out why his boots have the red and white Warrior logos when the rest of the outfit was burnt orange, yellow, and blue. I don't understand that. But these were LJNs. I'm looking to see something. If I can find an LJN. His LJN backwards. That sounds weird. Like if I could see the back of it. Most of the LJNs you find, you see just the front. Unless somebody's selling it, then it might show you the back of it. I don't remember if it had the logo on it. No, it didn't. I just found it. It is on Etsy. There was no logo. Again, I could cover that up. But that's the Warrior. Alright. Says I only got 5 people watching, so hopefully all 5 of you will give me an opinion on the LJN arena. Who remembers the LJN ring? If you don't, take a moment right now and put in LJN wrestling ring in your Google machine. Okay, which I'm doing myself right now. And you will see that it was white, red, white, and blue ropes, blue ring posts, blue buckles, and these cartoony, stickery, whatever the hell you want to call it, around the ring. And each side had a different sticker. Each one. Okay. I'm going to actually put in LJN ring stickers, because like I said, what I've got don't have all the stickers. Alright, here we go. I found a picture that shows them all, and I'm going to open them up, and I'm just going to describe what I'm looking at, even though I don't have them all. Alright, the first one that I have here, it's a guy holding a pen and a pencil, and he's kind of giggling behind a girl in white and pink who's got a camera, And then there's a guy sitting on a set of steps drinking soda and fries, and he looks like he's sweating. The next one's a guy laying on his back laughing, and another kid is on his knee getting ready to throw a freaking popcorn. He's got hot dog and soda on a chair. Then you've got a camera guy, and a guy standing in front of him holding a microphone wearing a headset. And then the other one is the timekeeper. He's sitting there in his timekeeper's table with the bell, time clock, and next to him is a bucket and some sodas in a box. These are the 4 stickers. Now, like I said, I can't find these 4 stickers unedited anywhere, because everywhere I find them, they're either A, too small, or somebody put like copyright information across the top of it, and it's going to come out, and I have not been able to find it anywhere online, no matter how hard I look, which has been frustrating, to say the least. But they're called the apron stickers. Maybe I'll be able to find them at some point, but I want to get all 4, and I don't have all 4. I only got 2, so it is what it is. But in any case, I'm going to show you guys what we've got, and you can tell me what you think, if you think it works. And who remembers the posters with the LJNs? If you do, the posters have been included with this arena. Some of them. Just a few. Random people, random wrestlers. The LJNs. But yeah, when you got them in the box, obviously it was a blue card or a black card, and it had the blister over top of them, and then underneath every wrestler's feet was a blue piece of cardboard, and it said their name, and it said poster inside, and you'd unroll it and hang it on your wall. See? Oh God. Oh God. There we go. That's your ramp. As you can see, Vince. Then you got the Hart Foundation. You got the Bulldog, Sheik, Randy, Hogan, Andre, Harley Race, and Rowdy Piper. Simple. Simple. And then as you can see, there's a ring skirt. And there's a ring skirt. But if you go over here, you'll see it's the same one I just showed you on the other side. And this is the same 2 guys with the camera. I don't have all 4. I just have those 2. But that's the LJN ring right there. For some reason, I don't think the ring logo is exactly the same. Maybe I'm nuts, but I do think the LJN ring logo was a little freaking different. I want to look at it again. Maybe I'm nuts. That's why I think I'm nuts, because I am. Because it was that logo. Okay. It was more blue to it, but it could just be because of the reflection. But yeah. That front, like, the stickers, the way it came, you know, it didn't show you exactly which one was supposed to go where, I guess. I'm going to see if I can see it on the actual box that it came in. Like, what the box looked like. Alright, here we go. We got an LJN ring box. Here's an LJN ring box. Let's see here. Alright. Let's blow these pictures up. I might be able to tell which one was supposed to go. Alright. The front of the ring was actually the guy and the girl and the other guy sitting on the steps. That was supposed to be on the main front, based off the picture that comes on the box. But then on this picture, they have that one in the front. You actually see in the front. And it says Wrestling Superstars. That's not on the sticker. That's weird. Because that is the front. It's supposed to be the guy sitting. Where it says LJN Wrestling Superstars, that's where the guy's supposed to be on the steps. The back half is supposed to be the timekeeper side. The right hand side is supposed to be the guy falling on his ass. But yeah. If I can find all the stickers, I'll upgrade this. But all in all, I think the arena looks pretty good. I don't know what you guys think. Like I said, most of you guys are quiet anyway, not interacting. Quite frankly, it is what it is. Anyway, what I'm thinking about doing is taking all the LJN guys you just saw me use this arena, go live, and basically run the mid to late 80s WWF the way I would have run it, so to speak. I will create angles, I will create storylines with the real wrestlers. I will present the show in 1 hour format like it's on TV. I will not interact with the chat room and talk to you while we're doing the show, just simply because I want you to feel like you're watching a real show. For those of you who are some familiar with Vince McSham, he likes to alter his voice and talk to himself like he's two different people. I would love to do that if I could. Maybe I'll try. I don't know. It'd be kind of weird just calling the action by myself, but that's kind of how Gordon Soley did it back in the day. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do everything. But I'll be doing a show once a week, or instead of doing shows, I might drop a match at a time and just say, okay, LJN Wrestling, call version, LJN, whatever the fuck I end up calling it. It's just going to be WWF LJN series or some shit. I don't know. We might not even use the term LJN. But either way, it could just be simply Bam Bam Bigelow versus Adrian Adonis, as you see on our screen. And it's simply their match. And then you tune in and watch their individual match. So, just be an individual match. And then maybe the next day, it's like, alright, scroll down here. Okay, we're going to do Hulk Hogan versus Hercules. And I'll be like, same title, whatever the hell we're going to call it. And then it's Hulk Hogan takes on Hercules. And you watch that individual match. But each match would have a storyline or an angle to it leading up into something else. Who knows? Or the problem with that is because we're not putting it in universe mode, I won't be able to use some of the universe mode features that create angles and create storylines. That's the only problem. So if I put it in universe mode, you can guarantee I'm only going to do 3 to 5 matches a show to keep it at an hour like we used to. And then we'll do it, like I'm saying, like it's a real TV format. It's legit, like it's on the air. You're watching something, you're tuning into it, because you don't get to commentate. You don't get to interact with the commentators, is what I wanted to say, when you watch an actual legit wrestling company. And I'll storyline things, I'll angle things, we'll create champions. Even though the LJNs didn't have a quote-unquote intercontinental title, we're going to do that. I might not even use the actual LJN title belts, because they were kind of cheesy. Maybe I'll just use my favorite versions. Not a version. The WWF World Intercontinental and Tag titles. You can kind of see the belt on their shoulder slightly. Anybody knows the WWF back then knows exactly what tag belts those are. Those would be the ones I use. The Intercontinental title will be the classic Intercontinental title. I think it's in the game. I'm going to look, now that we're talking about it. Oh shit, I backed up one too far. I think the belts that I would want to use are all already in the game. So let me look. What the hell did I just do? It's not what I wanted to do. I don't want to create one. I want to look at one. Okay, we'll do this. Might not be what I need to do. I thought I could look at the real ones. Maybe I can't. I know how I can do it. Ain't it this way? No. Champions. There we go. Title management. I knew there was a way to look at them. Alright. Oh my god, they have so many different weird belts in here. Alright. Right there's the world title I'd be using. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's the one. The Winged Eagle. By the way, the LJN's built after that belt, for those of you who didn't know. That's what it's designed off of, that one. So if we want to have the LJN look, I would have to use that belt. And that's the tag titles I would use, but not the 9702 version. I'd hope it's in here, the older version. Right here's the Intercontinental title. But I would use this style right here. I would just like an older version, which I don't think they're in here as I'm going through this. So no. So we'd have them, they're using that very one right here, because I want the black strap. That Winged Eagle, and that tag title. And that would be what we use. Now I would go online and try to download versions of them, because I don't know if I put these in universe mode if it actually says World Tag Team Champion 97-02 on the goddamn belt. And do be aware, just because Bret Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart were the Hart Foundation in the WWF back then with the LJN series, that doesn't mean I would necessarily create them as a tag team. I might put somebody else together instead. Because again, it's supposed to be quote-unquote my vision, if you will. Just because a guy was a face then doesn't mean I won't have him as a heel or vice versa. The Killer Bees. Just because they were known as the Killer Bees doesn't mean I'm going to immediately have them as a tag team. They might be separate. Now, if I have them separate and they're dressed the same, that becomes a problem. So maybe I alter their ring gear slightly. That takes me to my original statement about ring gears. Do we make them look precisely like the LJNs? You know, or do we say, shut up, leave the tag teams as tag teams, run it like it was them, but do your matches your way? Well, I'm saying we have so much we can come up with, so many options. But I'm going to ask you guys to answer that. Leave it as a comment after the show. Because I'm going to send this to bed right now. Because I'm going to send my ass to bed myself here in about 20, 30, 40 minutes. So I'm going to get off here, do a few things before I go to sleep. Got work in the AM. But yeah, like I said, we got some options on what all we can do if you guys want to tune into this and watch it and just see how it goes. So do I do single match shows? Do I do event style shows? Do we tweak LJN ring attire slightly? Do we leave them as is? Do we keep tag teams together, or we use the actual tag team sets from the LJN series? We have all kinds of things we can come up with. But in the meantime, leave your comments, what you think about everything, which LJNs you like the most, which ones you think we should tweak. Like I said, I got to get Bruno, Ted Arcidi, and those are both maybes. I got to get Axe, but I'm saying now, if I get Axe, I should have a Smash, or do I just get Axe and leave it alone? Warlord, do I get a Warlord and not have a Barbarian, or just not worry about it, leave it alone? Honky Tonk Man, Luscious Johnny V, Rick Martel, Big Boss Man, and Rick Rude. And like I said, I got to alter the Campatera call to fit the look of the LJN. But in the meantime, I'm out of here. Have fun. Later.